Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message. Welcome back again. Most organizations say they have a strategy, but very few can actually point to where it shows up on a typical Thursday or whenever. Well, let's apply the Dilbert filter. Dilbert was not about bad people. It was about good people trapped inside bad systems, led by bad managers who mistook activity for thinking. Now, strategy is not a mission statement. It's not a retreat deck. It's not something that the pointy-haired boss announces right before reorganizing the org chart. Strategy honestly lives or dies in 6 places. First is team alignment. If people don't know how their work drives the goal, you don't have alignment. You have Dilbert cubicles full of people doing things that technically make sense, but collectively go nowhere. And that's not laziness, that's just a leadership failure. By the way, on cubicles, I had a boss who refused to call them cubicles because he said a cubicle is a shape. He called them workstations. Whatever, a cube's a cube. The second thing that can ruin strategy is your goal achievement. Scott Adams nailed this. Goals don't do the work, systems do. And when leaders obsess over the number but never fix the process, well, they get exactly what Dilbert warned about. Meetings become about missing goals, and that prevents people from actually working. Third, project success. Now in Dilbert, projects succeed because the slide deck says they did, even though nothing improved. Real strategy asks the hard questions. The hardest one of all is the organization better because this exists? If not, then congratulations. You just completed a very expensive distraction. Former organization I was at, they had a massive database project, and the company working on it rolled it out and put it into final, and it doesn't work. And they're just not doing anything about it. That's an expensive distraction. Number 4, market position. Markets do not care about your internal logic. They do not care how hard you tried. They do not care about how many approval layers you survived. Dilbert companies get blindsided because they're busy managing internal nonsense while the world moves on without them. If you want another take on this, watch the movie The Rock if you haven't seen it before, or rewatch it if you have. Listen to what Sean Connery's character says to Nick Cage about the winners who do things, the losers who tried their best, and how all that actually relates to the prom queen. It is not safe for work, so don't listen at work. It's some off-color language. I'll just warn you now. Anyway, number 5, stakeholder satisfaction. Trust is what allows stakeholders to tolerate bad news. Now, in Dilbert, the bosses focus on optics instead of credibility, and then they act shocked when no one believes them during a crisis. Trust is built before that kind of pressure arrives. It's not built during the press conferences. Number 6, risk management. In Dilbert, risk is always somebody else's problem, and then it becomes everybody's emergency. Real leaders surface their risk early, not to assign blame, but to avoid the comic strip ending where everybody stares silently while the building is burning around them. Now, here's the punchline that Dilbert never had to explain. When strategy isn't tied to systems, clarity, and outcomes, organizations don't just fail dramatically, they fail absurdly. To sum up everything that I've talked about this morning, if strategy can't be explained without a slide deck, it's not a strategy. Goals reveal system flaws, they don't fix them. Completion without impact is just busy work with a budget. Markets punish internal dysfunction mercilessly. Trust is your operational capital, period. It's not a communications tactic. An unmanaged risk always turns into a leadership test that you can't study for. That's today's Red Mic message. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share. The share is really the important part. I love you guys. Let me know what you think. If you have an idea for a Red Mic message you want me to try to tackle, let me know. You can either put it in the comments or you can email me. Again, Red Mic Messages, all is one word, Red Mic Messages at gmail.com. Pretty simple, huh? I'll see you again tomorrow. I'm going to talk about some other stuff related to this tomorrow, but not strategy, something else. I'll see you. And until next time, don't forget, life is short with the bourbon.